Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It's 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. It's one of those mornings where I am very inspired. Like I tell you guys, it's one of the mornings where I put everything else aside and I had to go make this video. I wasn't going to because I made 4 videos yesterday and I wanted to let them give them some time to be viewed. I noticed when I put them to a lot out like that at one time, they don't get as many views if I keep packing them out there. So I want to give you guys some time to digest them, if you would. All right, but anyway, there's a lot to talk about. There's one thing I want to comment about immediately. 2 things actually. I want to talk about Hunter Biden, these emails, Giuliani. Is it the New York Post that's dribbling out these emails, I think? And I want to talk about one statement from Donald Trump from last night. All right. I haven't done, I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is an opinion piece. I haven't done a whole lot of investigation. I've tried to look into this Hunter email stuff. And to be honest with you guys, I'll get to it in a second. Let me start with Donald Trump. All right. He insisted last night again. He said that there's going to be fraud like you've never seen in this election. He's been saying this over and over and over. All right, let's just look at that statement right there. Can this guy see the future? Look, most intelligent people, you see a guy who's losing badly, who's done very badly in the last, he's done a bad job in the last 4 years, but especially with this pandemic. It really looks like right now, the White House and his administration's plan is to go for herd immunity. There's about 10% of the people worldwide that have caught this virus so far. We need 60% to hit herd immunity. That literally means there will be millions more Americans dying in the next year or two, if that's the plan. The plan would be to ignore deaths, thousands of Americans dying every day over the next year, and supposedly protecting the most vulnerable. And we don't see that even happening. It would basically be mass murder. Seriously. And he wonders why he's losing in the polls here. So he insists there's going to be mass, fraud like you've never seen. And it's just, I think the interviewer last night asked him, how can you, it's like he's predicting the future. It's like saying there's going to be earthquakes next year like you've never seen. There's going to be earthquakes across this entire country. There's going to be, it's fear mongering is what it is, because he's losing. If he was winning, if he was up 10 points in the polls, would he be saying the same thing? Honestly, think about it. Would he? There's fraud like you've never seen. No, because of course, if he was winning, it wouldn't be fraudulent because he's winning. Come on. Then this is the statement that really grabbed me. When he asked the interviewer, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but he says, have you been do you watch the news? Do you read the newspapers every day? Thousands of ballots with my name are ending up in the garbage every day. Do you read the newspapers? He asked the interviewer that. And you know what, Donald Trump? I read the newspapers every day. I watch all the news. That's all I digest every day here on the internet. Newspapers, the news, and that's bull. That's flat out bull. I saw that one instance where I believe it was 9 ballots ended up in the garbage, and maybe 6 of them might have had his name on them. Honestly, that's the only story I've seen in the last month. And I do watch the news. I even go to Breitbart and Fox News. So what Trump is doing here, and I used to do this back in my days when I was using, is he's trying to sell a lie. He's trying to convince somebody of an untruth. He's bluffing when he says, do you read the newspapers? Like making her feel, because he's betting that everybody's kind of like him, and they're too lazy to read the newspapers or the news or to investigate things. And he's making that bet. So he's trying to put him on the spot, saying, don't, you must not know what's happening, trying to make him feel stupid. That's what he's trying to do here. It's a bluff. And people like me and people like her, the interviewer last night, it doesn't work because we have been reading the newspapers. We have been watching the news. We've been paying very close attention to this. And what he's saying is a lie. There's not thousands of ballots ending up in the garbage every day with his name on it. That's a flat out lie. I know because I've watched what's going on for last year. It's untrue. Like I said, and I'm familiar with this kind of deceit, this kind of line. I used to do this. I remember doing stuff like this. It's kind of like I said, it's a bluff. It's like telling somebody, you must be stupid. Didn't you see that right there in front of you? Are you blind? And when nothing was really there. It's a bluff. It's trying to convince somebody something's happening when it's not. Just by kind of badgering them into believing it, which fits Trump's MO perfectly. So, okay, that's what I want to talk about that. Now, Biden. All right, I've been trying to understand what this is they're going for here. And I got to say, they could have come up with something better. Okay, supposedly, I think it was August 2019, supposedly, Biden dropped off a computer at a computer repair shop in New York or New Jersey, somewhere. Or was it? No, I'm sorry. It was in Delaware. It was in Delaware, supposedly, with all these damning emails on them. Now, look, I have no damning stuff on my computers at all, but I wouldn't even trust pictures of my ex-girlfriends in bathing suits. I wouldn't even trust a repair shop with that. You know what I'm saying here? I don't think Hunter Biden would be stupid enough to drop off a computer with damning evidence, especially after the Hillary stuff from 4 years ago. I mean, to me, it's a blatant replay of, well, geez, Hillary's emails became such a trending. Lock her up, from 4 years. It's so, let me just say, this whole thing is so 2016. It's old. It's been played before, and supposedly they're dribbling out the information a little at a time right before election, so let me get this straight. So Hunter Biden dropped off this computer a little over less than a year ago, or about a year ago, with all this damning evidence. Just gave it to some computer repair shop. He didn't, and they just happened to have a Trump supporter working there that happened to go through all these emails and found, now this computer repairman is able to decipher what's guilty and what's not, Supposedly there's some interaction between the Ukraine, I guess. All right, so a computer repairman sees some emails between Biden and the Ukraine, and he's politically savvy enough to say, oh my God, this is bad. Look, you know what? I could read those emails, and I pay attention to politics every day, and I wouldn't know if it was normal or not normal. And it conveniently goes right to Rudy Giuliani. Now, I'm not one for nicknames, but Crazy Rudy, man, this guy is the least. I don't know if I don't trust Trump more or Rudy Giuliani. I think I don't trust Trump more, but I think Rudy Giuliani is by far crazier than Donald Trump. All right, so the computer repairman then gives this stuff to Rudy Giuliani, who conveniently just is another lapdog for Donald Trump. I mean, come on, there's so many ifs and so many coincidental things here that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The whole Hillary thing and how that played out in 2016. And now all of a sudden, the same thing is happening with Hunter Biden, and in 2016, it worked well enough to take away Hillary's lead and give it to Donald Trump. Same time period, 4 years ago. And all of a sudden it's happening again. Imagine that. And it's all because Hunter Biden just delivered, come on. You got to be kidding me. I don't even know the specifics of it, and I'm not even going to waste my time reading it. It's a tired replay is what it looks like to me. I really think, I really hope and pray and think that Hunter Biden would be smarter than if there was anything damning, if there was anything at all. I don't think he'd be stupid. I don't think any American would be stupid enough to drop off their computer at a computer repair shop with some repairman that even had basic banking information or any kind of information on it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't, and not only doesn't it make sense, but it's been done before, just 4 years ago, exactly at the same time, with great results for Donald Trump. And imagine that, it's happening again. Go figure. Come on. But hey, you know what? If Americans are gullible enough to believe this whole Q thing, well, they're probably going to buy this. The Trump supporters, it wouldn't surprise me. If they're buying that, they'll buy this. But I think most Americans can see it for what it is. All right, those are my comments for today. I'll be back later, probably with another video. You guys have a good Friday.